Hello everyone, I'm so excited to bring highlights from Investfest. My daughter and I got to go. It was such a great experience. It was in Atlanta. We just had such a great time learning about how to build our wealth. So in case you're wondering what Investfest is, the co-founders of EYL Earn Your Leisure are going to tell you.
The epitome of a cultural moment, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So Investfest, looking at the landscape, we're big music fans. So music festivals have become extremely popular, right? You got Coachella, you got a lot of these different musical festivals. And I really like the aspect of musical festivals, but it's just entertainment. That's it. So we were saying, well, what if we can take the best parts of a musical festival, but have a finance spin on it? So came with Investfest. So the idea of Investfest is built just like a music festival. You got two different stages, a main stage, a smaller stage. We have a vendor marketplace, which 400 small vendors and big companies there, and there's a DJ, and there's a podcast stage in there. Food trucks lined up outside. It's like a food truck village inside as well, where we have 20 food trucks. It's in Atlanta and Georgia World Congress Center. So the first year we started, we had 4,500 people. Last year we had 14,000 people. Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry, a few people, Don Peebles. This year, 20,000 people in Atlanta. So we have Diddy as the headliner. We have Robert Smith, but then Rich Paul, Mike Novogratz, Kathy Wood. So it was just a very unique vibe that we wanted to create, where it's a festival type of feel, but built around education and 3 days of learning, and just make it fun.
Yeah.
Just make it fun. So that was something that I don't think anybody really, still to this day, has kind of been able to top that.
What's up, y'all? We are here to talk about Investfest 2023. I'm here with my mom.
Hello.
This was her first time experiencing Investfest. Y'all know I went the first 2 years, and I'm going every year because it's so much knowledge to gain and so many people to meet. So we're going to be touching a few different topics in this video. In me, around me.
I will
make, manage, and multiply money.
My self-worth and network are building every day.
My self-worth and network are building every day.
My self-worth and network are building every day.
My self-worth and network are building every day. So, Mom, for this being your first time at Investfest, what would you say was your favorite part of Investfest and your overall thoughts?
I would say just, all the knowledge that was given, all the speakers that they brought in, and just, being in a room full of people who were there to get the knowledge and just feeling the vibe of everyone. I really like what they were saying, how, we need to stay focused, stay consistent in what we're doing. Just a lot of information that, talk about entrepreneurs, investing, and how we need to be building skills. It was just a lot of information.
Yeah, it was. What was your favorite panel?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite.
Okay.
I like them all because I got points from each one.
Yeah.
So I really like Humble. He was very good.
Yeah, I liked him too. He had a lot of great motivations and stuff that he said. One thing that he said that stood out to me was there's no way to out-invest bad habits. And he also gave us an actionable step of writing down a stop doing list. So we always put our to-do list down, but we don't talk about the habits that we want to release and stop doing. I tend to do that, but I think a lot of people don't, and I like to do that with the full moon and stuff to release the bad habits that I realized in that cycle I wanted to release. We're going to talk about building capital and building credit. It was a couple different people. One in particular was Robert F. Smith. He talked a lot about capital versus labor. He talked a lot about our credit worthiness. And in the last couple Investfest, I talked a lot about credit, and I do have a few pointers again for credit. But I feel like we kind of we get it. We just need to implement it, right? So making sure that we know making sure that we know how to leverage credit and to use our credit worthiness to really help us advance. There's really no point in living in this country unless you're going to take advantage of credit, to me. Because that's one of the biggest things that we offer that other countries don't. So why wouldn't you take advantage of one of the few things that we do have, you know?
Right. So yeah, he was just talking about the difference between labor and capital. How you want to be on the other side. Don't be a laborer. You want to be, you know, have capitalism. So you want to take advantage of that. And so that's one of the things I appreciate about that. So he's just saying use capital for value and wealth, and also how you want to have skills and habits. How important habits is too. Because with good habits is what's going to cause you to build capitalism, to have capital.
Build capital, yeah. Yeah, and then also he was talking about, he talked a little bit about investment banking, and then also about how to leverage your assets. He was talking about when you are looking to take equity out of one of your assets, making sure that you know exactly what you're going to do with that money and how you're going to pay yourself back. Not just taking it out and be like, oh, I'm going to do this to do that, or taking it out on something that's not producing that income. You know, anytime you're taking away from an investment, from an asset that you already have, you want to make sure that any of those profits you use are only bringing in more profits. And that's how you grow and build capital.
Right. Because we were saying, don't take money, equity out of your home just to take a vacation. You know, he was just saying how you want to use that to invest in something else where you getting your money back. And just to kind of bring it back to credit, the first panel that we saw when we got there was about credit. And just one quick point about credit is credit companies are only privy to the balance that you have on your statement date. So you know about your reporting day. You can always look at your credit to see when your cards are reporting, and you want to pay your credit card down at least 3 days before that statement date. And to build your credit, keeping your utilization under 10%. They always tell us 30, but when you're really trying to grow your credit, keeping your utilization under 10% is extremely beneficial. And before you apply to get a loan, you should have your credit utilization even lower. They say like between 1 to 3%, just before you're applying for a loan.
Yeah, smart.
The simple way to remember it is that the revocable trust is something that you can change easily, you can terminate it, make adjustments that your family not able to change. With the irrevocable trust, it is pretty final when you create that. And the reason why you would consider the irrevocable over the revocable is if you're considering creditor protection and all of those things.
Credit protection, what do you mean by that? Like, so if I'm going through bankruptcy and I'm trying to hide my assets and hide my money, if I'm going through a divorce or child support or something like that, you try and say we can set up a trust and they can't do nothing, the courts can't do nothing about it?
So the one thing that you cannot do with irrevocable trust is to be fraudulent with it. So you have to be very clear in your timing of creating these trusts. You can't say, oh, Sam is about to sue me, let me go set up this irrevocable trust so Sam can't get to my stuff. No, you have to pre-plan for these potential events to happen, because otherwise Sam can still ask the court to reach into that trust and pull out what you owe Sam. If you were just trying to have something in place to make it clear who is to receive the benefits of what you built throughout your lifetime, a will is a very good start. But what most people don't understand is that a will has to go through explain to clients is that even if you have a trust, it does you no good unless you put something in that trust. It's just for simplicity's sake, a trust is like a box. Why would you carry it around an empty box? You need to either put $10 in that box, a house in that box, jewelry, artwork, whatever it is. But if you forget to put something in that box, the will is the document that controls where everything that you left outside of.
I feel that this is truly important because we have got to break the generational curse and trauma that we pass on from generation to generation. We just have to do that. And one way is having estate planning, have a will, a trust, have all that together. I personally am working on it now because I've been wanting to do this since 2017 when I lost my dad. Just seeing how a death of a loved one can, excuse me, can affect the family. It can either tear a family apart or bring them close together. And just think about all the things that I experienced when my dad passed away. I don't want that to happen for my children. So I said I'm definitely leaving clear instructions for them. And I don't think they would have an issue, but why even leave that burden on them? I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of it. And I know a lot of people's like, oh, I'll let them figure out. Why leave that burden on them? And I'm just like, we have got to do better. We do. We need to do better. And so you might be thinking, oh, well, I'm going to leave them in the house. Why put them through probate? Why do they have to? You worked hard for this home or property, whatever you have. Why not go ahead and take care of that so you can leave it to your kids and they don't have to go through probate and get lawyers and stuff and pay all this money, when you can just go ahead and take care of that ahead of time.
One of the main things that they said about AI was AI allows you to have the idea without being the expert. So you can have the idea, plug it all in, and allow AI to kind of generate things for you to save you time. And also that this is the new wave. So figuring out how your job can use AI, how you can be an asset in AI development, in data access.
That's one thing I found interesting is how long AI has been around. I didn't realize that it has been around, what they say, since 1943. I didn't even realize that. So it's been around a long time. And one thing about using AI, pretty much you can use it for, content with your videos and your business. So they were saying how time is our most valued asset. So if AI can help you save time, why not use it?
Yeah, facts. And they actually talked about too how they want to, in general, the government and society wants to move into having a 2-day work week with the use of AI. So if you are one of those people who are on point and you know how to utilize AI, you potentially can be that person making the money with a 2-day work week. I'm here for that.
So they did give one thing I appreciate. They were giving out a lot of gems. Like they gave us a lot of AI sites to use and helping with your business or pretty much anything you want to use it for.
Yeah. I actually looked up beautiful.ai for PowerPoint because I was trying to decide if I wanted to use it. I haven't used it yet, but I see it being very beneficial. Just if you need to make a quick professional PowerPoint, for me as a writer as well, making a pitch deck. This can make it so much easier for me to create a pitch deck. I have all the information. All I have to do is plug it in and let you generate it and make it beautiful. I'm here for that.
Like I said earlier, a lot of agencies said every content is 20% current, right? So whenever it's episode asks for liabilities, market Mondays, whenever it's episode, anybody can network, what I'll do is I'll alter content. But when I alter content, I set up like videos, few videos, I need guests talking, we need speakers talking there, and I'm thinking all of them. So I'm going to have to go back to the operating headphones. The headphones are most important. There's one thing I do want to say within an hour, but I don't know. It's sitting there with a folder of 60 clips. It's because I don't know how 60 clips. I don't know this long empire after, we can walk on after. But it's 60. I'm just talking about my team, how they all call me, and people like that. And, Alright, so when I first started, I used to walk by hand. This thing called AI. So my favorite website outside of ChatGPT is video.ai. So I like using that and I put an entire podcast with an hour long. And I don't like doing any great words. I like chapters in that. So when I start editing, I don't like using edits on there because I like to certain side and section videos all that. This section is about this, this is about that. And from there, I those videos to my computer or laptop, and then I'll edit.
The surgeon could actually be in another country telling the robot what to do on the patient. And so that's where I got my first introduction to AI. Was we built autonomous agents to do that work over the network. So essentially, I was at this HBCU agents to do that work over the network. So essentially, I was at this HBCU, and I knew if I went to this majority institution, they was going to sleep on me.
It comes in, including if you're a doctor. Like, some of your jobs are kind of rendered, obsolete. So on that note, as Cash, I know you created something where you're utilizing AI to actually benefit people. Can you tell us a little bit about Bridge and not Veritex and how you're utilizing AI in our favor and not against us?
Yeah, 100%. So first and foremost, I've been in office since 2009. And I always talk about the importance of, your legacy. When people think legacy, they only think about money. They think about how much money you're going to leave, generational wealth. But the truth of the matter is that your intellectual property is your legacy, right? Like your name is your legacy. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich 84 years ago. He's been dead since the 70s, but still, if you go to Amazon right now, Think and Grow Rich is the #1 bestseller on Amazon right now if you search it, right? And just think about this. If a lot of us had MySpace, Black Planet, whatever, and you were putting content on there, right? Now, when those companies decided that there's no more Black Planet, there's no more MySpace, all of that content is gone. And so people think because of social media that, I got an IG or I got these followers, and they think that's their legacy, that's their content. But the truth of the matter is that once those things go, right, where is your information going to live forever? And so I'm always telling people that you need to write a book, right? Like if you have breath in your body, if you have experience, if you have any walk of life, you need to put it in a book, and that knowledge is not only can you pass that down to the next generation, you can also help people, you can expand yourself, right? Millions of people could benefit from your time here on Earth.
Information that was able to populate and you can then read. Then the next wave was called read and write. So this is kind of your Instagram era, your Twitter era, you're being able to actually publish your own content onto the internet, right? And so we're still living in these very finite number of organizations that actually own all of our data, own all of our media, own all of our content. And so the next wave, which is what we're super excited about within Interest Norwich and just the broader technology industry, is the ability for you to actually own your content, own your website, own your entire ecosystem. So we're actually eliminating the middleman, which is where the biggest issues where we see from creators not getting paid. Think about things about what happens with Spotify, what happens with YouTube, and the amount of content that you're putting out there, and yet the amount of dollars that you're actually receiving in comparison to the actual corporations. And And so now with these next generation of applications that are going to be built in quote-unquote Web3, utilizing crypto technology, utilizing AI.
Was the lady with her 2 daughters.
And that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
She was my favorite.
Yes. So they are called I Got Bank. It's actually 2 daughters, two young women who wanted to start their own business.
And they were like under 10.
Yeah.
Or at least 10 and under. Yeah.
They were, under 10, around that range, at least when they got started.
Right.
Because I think it started in 2019. But they basically are using video games to kind of explain math and financial literacy and just so much knowledge. They have so much knowledge. This is them. I'm going to try to see if I can make it a little bit better for the video. But these are the 2 girls who created this business. And I Got Bank. There's a QR code. All their information is going to be linked below. But it's just beautiful because it allows parents to use this as a guideline to be able to teach their children financial literacy. Because it's so important. They don't teach this to us in the schools, And she also gave us some of these for free, Building Wealth. This one about the Federal Reserve and symbols on American money. Like, so much knowledge, so much beautiful knowledge. And my mom bought a game.
So they had like cards. And on one side, just talking about math, breaking down, wasn't it like bank accounts and things like that? But it was more like, financial literacy. And then on the back, once they get the answer, it forms a word on the back of the card. So they had that. They had a calendar breaking down, the financial literacy, just educating the young people on it. So it was very good. I should have brought the cards in.
Yeah,
so you can see them.
yeah. But you'll be able to check them out on the website.
Yeah.
This is all on the website. That's going to be linked below. And I think you were talking about, so basically showing us how to write out our bank statements instead of relying on them, on the bank to just say, no, this is how much money you spent, like actually keeping a record, because they can tell you whatever. Are you going to let them play with your money like that?
Right.
Well, yes. I would say they were definitely my favorite vendor too.
And the girls was out there. They were out talking to people. They were dressed very nice, and they were just out talking,
bringing people in.
Yes. And the mom just said, how persistent the daughters was. Like, she kept saying, I want to start a business. I want to start a business. And she was like, okay, let's do it. So the daughter being persistent is what got her mom moving and helping her getting this business started. So I thought that was very impressive at a young age. And we shouldn't underestimate our kids. We need to be educating them because, future generations is powerful. The knowledge that they have and what they can do. I was very impressed with them. And so it just made me motivated to talk to my grandkids. Get them, just talk with them and get them going.
Yeah.
Motivating them.
Get them thinking about money.
It's
not something we always want to be worried about. So when you have financial freedom, you don't have to be worried about it.
Right.
And it's something that exists today. Right. So we just need to be knowledgeable about how to go about using the system that we live in so that we can live our best lives and have freedom to spend time with our families, have freedom to travel and make these beautiful connections. Time to be out in nature and really live in your life, So once you get to that financially free point, you can do that. You can actually live. You don't have to work every day,
Making somebody else rich.
Making somebody else rich. Who want to do that?
Right. So, it's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, but in the process still, you want to be investing your money, making your money grow for you, where you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Because we have been so ingrained living that way that we even teaching our kids that way. They're starting off, with being in school all day. I'm just saying it's all geared to keeping them living that way. So we have to think about how we can teach them to be better and do better. We don't want to continue this generational curse of just, living paycheck to paycheck.
Survival mode.
Survival, yeah.
Because working a 9 to 5 every single day and only having 2 days of rest or to handle all your personal business, that's not living, that's surviving.
Right.
So we need to get back to the point where we actually are living You know, actually being out in nature, cooking your food from scratch instead of having to rely on all the processed foods at the grocery store. You know, like living, not just surviving. Yeah. And of course, I had to get me another necklace from the one and only Ampu.
A tip. We went to Investfest. Wear comfortable shoes.
Yes. You're going to do a lot of walking.
Right, and which I did not bring. I thought I had comfortable shoes, but no, we're walking around. I was about ready to say, let's go. And then we ran into a vendor, and I was like, I just need some shoes. Like, and she didn't even have like a lot of shoes. She had more like heels and stuff. I was like, no. But when I went to her table, I was like, man, I need some comfortable shoes. And she was like, I got shoes. And she started pulling out all the shoes. Man, and I sat down and she found me some shoes.
Yeah,
guys.
she got her some flats.
Yes.
I got me some heels. She had, I'm going to show y'all a picture. These blue lace up heels. Fire. I love them so much. Like, I want to wear them everywhere.
Yes. I'm just saying, I was thankful for her.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't planning on spending that much money, but I was like, look, them cute. And she only had one left, and it was my size, so it was divine. I had to get them. I just had to.
And they are cute.
They so cute.
Mm-hmm. And she was so nice. She let us sit down.
Yeah.
She pulled out everything for us.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yeah. So overall, it was just a really good time. We really enjoyed ourselves and enjoyed Atlanta. You know, Atlanta is a city of Black excellence. And so we enjoy being able to go to Cecili's twice.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, delicious.
Yes, love Cecili's. Healthy food, making sure that you're eating to live, not living to eat. You know, a lot of people are on this vegan kick, but they're eating processed vegan food and not actual plants, which, you know, we ain't gonna get too deep into that. Right. But so finding places that actually feed you healthy plants and, you know, non-processed food.
And that was also impressive too, because my aunt went with us and she's never tried vegan. And so we bought her a sandwich, and she's still talking about that sandwich.
She loved it.
Yes.
And when we was in the car, she was like, I don't know, I need my meat.
Right. She really was.
Yeah.
But she just still was like very impressed. She's like, it was really good. So, you know, when we know better, we should do better. So, and with, you know, helping people, and it just makes you feel good when you see other people like, okay, yeah, I could do this, or just even willing to try, you know, willing to try it. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer that first you form habits and then habits form you. You know, it is so important, you know, and I think so many people have like a to-do list, right? Where they're going, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. But how many people in here have a stop doing list? Because what you need to stop doing is actually going to have the biggest impact on your life, right? And so when you're managing money, you're managing generational trauma, you're managing pressure, you're managing expectations, you're managing somebody's life worth, right? And life's work. And there's no way I can out-invest bad habits. You know, it's impossible, right? And so for me, I tell people all the time, first you form habits, habits form you. Second, write a stop doing list.
So this is my call to action to you. Make a stop doing list. Just say, like, you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Put that on the list. So I want you to do that. Leave in a comment, and, you know, let's do it. What you think about this content. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. All right. I love y'all. We will do better, and we're going to build our generational wealth. I know it. I have faith in us. I know we're going to do it. All right.
Definitely. So thank y'all for watching.